If you've checked out Lort recently, odds are that you got your butt kicked once or twice or however many times and you're sat there wondering what went wrong. A lot of people complain about the difficulty of this game and claim that the game is too hard to beat if you're playing solo, but that's simply just not the case. Lort gives you the tools you need to scale efficiently, and this is how. For starters, there are a number of attributes that provide different upgrades for your character depending on their color. Strength, represented by the red power crystals you see hovering over goblin camps, upgrades your critical damage and damage done by strength-based weapons and abilities. These upgrades are best grabbed by Astrid, as she is currently the only character in the game who utilizes these kind of weapons and these kind of abilities. Agility, which is represented by the green power crystals, upgrades your attack speed and damage done by agility-based weapons and abilities. These are the upgrades that are more tailored to the character Cliff Bowman. Intelligence, represented by the blue power crystals, upgrades your cooldown reduction and damage done by intelligence-based weapons and abilities. Bernie Blazington benefits best from these. You will want to focus on snagging power crystals that best suit the character you are playing. That doesn't mean you have to ignore the other upgrades, it just means you should probably prioritize the ones that fit your class so you can guarantee you get that bonus damage that upgrades give to your character's weapons and abilities. The most common reason I find people struggle to scale efficiently in Lort is simply their pace. Lort will punish you if you spend too much of your time doing nothing. You want to make sure you're constantly on the move, taking down objective after objective. Utilize each map's movement options to help you get around more efficiently, such as the sunflowers in the first level, or the street lamps in the second level. If you are moving efficiently, you will have enough time to grab most of, if not all, of the power crystals scattered across the map. A good rule of thumb is to try and get at least 10 upgrades of your color per level. If you've got 15 or more that level, you're scaling great. Keep your eyes peeled for shopkeepers, as they will provide items you can purchase for cheap or trade for. When you find a shop, you will see an icon at the top of it with a chest and a number, signifying how many items you can purchase before the shop will disappear. Saving your money in common items for shops is a great way to get strong fast. Strongly consider purchasing or trading for speedy souls if you see them, so you can increase your movement speed and get around the map quick. Getting a few of these early will impact you a lot more than you might realize. There are a bunch of other common items you should probably get in bulk if you see a shopkeeper has them. Critical eyeglasses, for example, will give you critical strike chance and is really strong if you stack them. Cupos Pro will increase your attack speed and make you swing really fast. Firebird's Feather will apply burn to enemies and do strong damage over time. Scissors of Running apply bleed to an enemy and will slowly bleed their health out over time, making it a great option to shred bosses. If you are playing Astrid, odds are you will be getting hit a lot. Items like Thick Skin, which increases your armor, or Thorny Vines, which does damage back to enemies when they hit you, will make taking damage much less of an issue. She also greatly benefits from stacking Brute's Hand, which does increased damage to nearby enemies. Since she's a melee character, most of the enemies you're fighting are gonna be near you. Stacking this is practically just a flat damage increase for Astrid. Another tip is to save things that you might need in your inventory for the right time. Don't use all of your obsidian keys the second you get them. If you've already obtained a good weapon on that level, maybe save your keys and open obsidian chests on the next level, since every level has an increased chance at a higher rarity weapon. If you find bricks, don't waste them on just any enemy. Save them for bosses since they do big damage, and stockpiling them can make boss fights look something like this.
Crikey! That's mine, you dill! You call that a knife?
If you see trials and camps right next to each other, it might be beneficial for you to do them at the same time. It'll save you some time and will greatly increase the amount of money and power crystals you get by the end of your run. You might be wondering if it's worth focusing on trials more or upgrades. While I would prioritize raiding goblin camps and getting those upgrades, I would still try to do as many trials as you can if they're nearby an objective. Only go out of your way to do trials if you find a shop that has good items you want, so you know that the money you're grinding for will 100% be put to good use. You can still open chests and large chests, but shops are the most reliable way to guarantee that you get good items. Stay tuned on the channel for more Lort stuff. I'll have a video out about the new character really soon. Make sure to leave a like if any of this helped you, and good luck Lortin'.